believe I'm missing a night out on London for this.
You don't want to be here either.
Well, let's just say my being here is a matter of life or death.
Seriously?
Well, no, it's just a figure of speech.
You're late. Do come in. Madam Ava Vale, the last of your guests have arrived.
How nice of you ladies to join us. Late, yet unfashionable.
As if we had a choice.
Everyone, please help yourself to the hors d'oeuvres. Our festivities will begin in just a moment.
Alright, you lot, let's address the elephant in the room. This is officially strange. I have no idea who any of you are.
I know why I am here, but why are the rest of you here?
I don't know, and I didn't realize this was going to be a dinner party.
Actually, I have no idea why I was even invited to this. I swear I'm just as clueless as the rest of you.
I'm sure we all have our reasons for being here. Let's just relax and see what game is afoot.
I am sensing that this night is not going to be relaxed at all.
I have absolutely no reason to be here. Why would she invite me to a dinner party?
Wait, you knew this was going to be a dinner party?
What? No. I mean, wait. Yes? No? Actually, I had no clue.
I think she means she just assumed it was a dinner party since it is dinner time.
Yes, exactly, precisely.
I hope everyone is having a lovely evening thus far. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. Please do continue to enjoy your cocktail hour. May I introduce you to my staff? This is my butler, Mr. Edward Relic. You may call him Relic. This is my personal chef, Miss Jessica Sly. And finally, this is Mr. Podrick McGregor, the escaped groundskeeper. We will begin the dinner in just half an hour. Until then, please feel free to make yourselves at home. A tour of the grounds, or the house, or hors d'oeuvres on the terrace. Do let's all enjoy this evening as if it were our last. Cheers! Was everyone able to ramble about my humble abode?
Madame Ava Vale, I was hoping to speak with you in private at some point. After our last session, you left quite abruptly.
Miss Vitch, now is not the time to discuss business at the dinner table. It's quite rude.
Well, it is also quite rude to storm out of my house screaming and cursing at me.
I think you've had enough to drink, Miss Vitch. We will discuss this later.
Madam Ava Vale, my father sends his deepest apologies for not being able to attend tonight. He's such a busy man, and his schedule is overwhelmingly busy for another 4 months. I hope it's not too much of an inconvenience.
It is the greatest inconvenience of my life. It throws my plans quite at odds. But no matter. I will be sure to send you home tonight with a lovely little gift expressly for him that will illuminate just how deeply he was missed.
Speaking of gifts, I have something from my father to you, as a token of his regrets.
Is his token in form of a payment for babysitting?
Oh, Madam Ava Vale, babysitting. Aren't you hilarious?
Detective Hyde, you've been awfully quiet this evening.
Detective? Why is there a detective here? I mean, not that I've done anything wrong. Not that anyone has done anything wrong. I just don't see the reason for needing a detective at a perfectly normal dinner party where no crimes have been committed.
Miss Gilt, please compose yourself. The detective and I are just old friends. Strictly here off duty. Isn't that right, Detective Hyde?
Something along those lines.
Yes, I have heard of you. Quite an impressive record, Detective. You've solved every single one of your cases.
I'm here solving a special case. I must say, it's a very lovely necklace you're wearing, Ava Vale.
Oh, this old thing. I was certain you might notice it. My goodness, this is quite embarrassing. I'm afraid Chef Sly has made a mistake in cooking the soufflés. They didn't rise correctly. It will be quite some time until the next batch is done. Regrettably. But I must say it will be well worth the wait. It is my absolute favorite dessert. Lemon meringue soufflés. It'll be worth the wait. It simply tastes like heaven.
That sounds divine.
No! Not for you! I mean, what kind of a host would I be if I sent home a sugar-infused child to her father? Regrettably, Chef Sly has only made enough ingredients for 5 soufflés. I am so sorry, my dear girl. In fact, you should probably leave right now. Don't you have a curfew?
My father insisted that I enjoy your company for as long as I wished.
Is that so? Well, if you would all excuse me, something needs my attention. I'll return shortly. Please, feel free to stretch your legs.
Hello? Is anyone there? What that bomb?
No need to panic, everyone. Just stay where you are.
I have some matches. Hold on, I'll find you.
Sorry about that. I was rewiring the new statuary lights and I must have blown a fuse. The outside lights are on a timer. They'll go off directly. The inside lights will be on in a jiffy.
Don't step on me.
Someone is chasing someone.
What in the world is going on?
Is she dead? Yeah.
Dear Lord Detective, do something. Do we call the police?
Sorry about that, everyone. Also, the phone lines will be down for about an hour. Jesus, Mary and Joseph!
Welcome to the party, Mr. McGregor.
I am no expert on children, but shouldn't we remove the child from the room with the dead body?
Quiet, everyone. Please, follow me to the parlor.
The phone lines are down. I'll drive to the local police station.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the roads have been flooded due to the storm. It's raining cats and dogs out there.
Well, isn't that just the cherry on top? At least no one can leave. Very well. I'm starting my very own murder investigation, and everyone on this estate is a suspect. Do not leave this house, and no one is to go into the dining room under any circumstances. Am I understood?
Yes.
I need to interview all of you. I'm going to start with the attendants of the estate. Relic, will you please follow me into the study?
Right away, ma'am. I've seen enough of these movies to know that they always blame the butler first. Well, let me just say that I was in the study the entire time, until the lights came on, and I heard the ruckus in the dining room.
I understand. I'm not placing a finger of blame on anyone. Quite yet. I just wanted to begin with the people who know, or rather knew, Madam.
Of course.
How long have you been working for Madam Ava Vale?
17 years this June.
You must have been very close.
No one was close to Madam Ava Vale.
Still, you have my condolences.
Thank you, ma'am.
What do you mean by no one was close to Madam Ava Vale?
Well, exactly that. I am unaware that she had any friends. She and I had a strictly professional relationship. She was very secretive. She never once confided in me.
No friends at all?
Well, now that you mention it, over this past year, she has been taking calls regularly with someone. The name might change with each call, but I always knew it was the same person.
Interesting. How did you like working for Madam?
Work is work, detective. As I said, it was strictly professional.
Do you know anyone who would want to kill the Madam?
I am certain she had enemies, but I am not sure who.
17 years, and you have no idea who your boss's enemies were.
The reason I have had this job for 17 years is because I know my place. I'm to assist the needs of the Madam and the estate. I don't get paid to stick my nose in places it doesn't belong.
My apologies. I didn't mean to sound rude. I'm just surprised. You know, Relic, you don't seem as shaken by the pass of your boss. Are you in shock?
I will admit, when I first saw the body, I was startled. But I'm not surprised she's dead. In fact, I'm surprised she hadn't been killed sooner.
Please, elaborate.
As I said before, she had enemies.
But you don't know who?
Precisely. I don't know who they were because she would schedule meetings with them when the rest of the staff and I would not be present. She would say, I have an event this Sunday with an old friend. You are all to take an evening away from the estate. She also made sure to deliver mail personally and not through the post. She was a very secretive woman, Detective. If I knew more about her, I would tell you.
Well, that's all I need to know then. If you think of anything else, be sure to let me know. Will you send in the butler? What was his name? Relic?
I am Relic, ma'am. You just interviewed me.
Oh, right. Sorry. Will you send in the chef?
Yes, of course. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. Please take a seat, Miss Sly. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Just so you know, I was in the kitchen the whole time preparing the souffle.
I see. Nonetheless, I would like to ask you some questions. Could you tell me a bit about yourself and how you came to work here?
There is not much to me. I started working here 2 years ago. Before I took this job, I was the head chef at the Wellington, the famous restaurant downtown. The madame would dine there every other night when I was in the kitchen, and after 10 years at the Wellington, I decided it was time to find a position that would be less demanding. The madame heard about my search, and she loved my artistry so much that she offered me a position as a personal chef. I couldn't refuse.
Did you enjoy working for her?
I don't want to speak ill of the dead man.
I insist that you do. This is a murder investigation.
It wasn't impossible at first, but as time went on, I came to realize that the madam wasn't always the most delightful person in the world.
Go on.
I have always known she wasn't a very kind woman. She was insulting to the staff at the restaurant and absolutely hated waiting for anything. Once I was employed here, she became much worse. I imagined my work was going to be easier, serving only one person, but she was so demanding about everything. She would send food back to the kitchen at every meal with a complaint, and I would find myself making and remaking meals like 3 to 4 times. And in one evening, she would talk down to me. In all my years as a head chef, I have never been so disgracefully berated. There was a reason why I was the head chef at the Wellington. I was the best of the best, and this woman treated me as if I were completely incompetent, a complete idiot.
Why didn't you leave?
I signed a contract committing my employment for the next 5 years. At first glance, the offer was simply too good to pass up. Unfortunately, I am a brilliant chef and not a brilliant barrister, and I signed the papers without looking over the fine print.
Which was?
If I resigned my employment before the 5 years were complete, I would receive no salary and was prohibited from employment elsewhere for the remainder of the contract.
What a nightmare. Was there no way to break this contract?
No, I mean not unless one of us was dead.
Is that so?
Certainly, you do not believe I would have killed her to get out of a ridiculous little contract. I only had 3 more years.
I'm not certain of anything, Miss Sly. That'll be all for now. Would you send in the groundskeeper?
Mr. Power, yes, of course.
Alright, let's get this over and done with. I was clearly outside when this happened, so there's no way it could have been me.
I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just asking some questions to better assist the situation.
Well, I don't trust nobody in this house. If you ask me that witch did it, I can see it in their eyes.
We can't go around calling people witches. Let's focus on your relationship with the madam before we jump into any conclusions.
There wasn't much of a relationship, I'm afraid. After the war, I moved here and took over the position of groundskeeper. I did what she told me, day in and day out. Other than that, I avoided her at every opportunity. She was a nasty piece of work when things went up to snuff. I know how to do me job, and I don't need no nagging harpy in me face. Nasty old crank she was. I've never seen her say one kind word to any of us staff. No, to be honest, the only nice thing that she's ever done for us was this very night. She gives us each a nice box of chocolates earlier this evening.
I see. And why were you messing with the circuits in the garden tonight?
Funny you should ask that. She planned this night for weeks. I don't usually work during the night, but she insisted I was here. She buys all these statues, what she got specially imported from France, lines them up in front of the house. Says I'm to install all new lighting in short order. Wants to be sure the guests could admire her new artwork. So when she noticed that the lights outside weren't on, she said, "Fix those lights or turn in your notice." I was running down the problem when I accidentally caused the blackout. Honest mistake, I swear on me life.
Sure. I understand, Mr. McGregor. Did anything else seem off tonight?
In my 30 years of working here, I never knew of anyone coming or going from this house other than the staff and myself. That's why this night came as such a shock to me. I mean, I thought maybe she had the odd person over in the evening when I wasn't around to see it. She never had me set up for no parties before. I didn't even know what to do. She said tonight was going to be the party to end all parties. A night to remember her very words.
We heard a scream. What seems to be the issue here?
That scary magic lady was searching Madame Avavale's body.
What part of no one goes into the dining room under any circumstances do you not understand? This is an open investigation.
No one has searched the body or even knows how she died. I was simply trying to help with the investigation.
When I want help, I'll be sure to ask for it. Someone, please keep an eye on the child.
You heard the detective, everyone. Let's return to the parlor.
And stay there, please.
I must say, Detective, I am surprised you didn't inspect the body first. Isn't that standard protocol?
I must admit, I am a bit rattled by the turn of events. I'm just as shocked as anyone. To be frank, this is very unlike me.
Well, at least you are aware of your shortcomings.
Yeah. What did you find?
Look at her neck. She most likely died of suffocation. It looks like she was strangled. Then you look at her neck, notice she's missing something.
The necklace.
Precisely. Tell me, Detective, what is the significance of that necklace?
It's the whole reason I'm here this evening. As you know, I'm a fairly renowned detective in the States. Recently, there was a theft involving a very rare necklace that was worth millions here in London. The authorities haven't gotten anywhere, and for some reason they called me in for a favor. A man named Mr. Frederick Crowe accused the madam of stealing the necklace. She had been spotted wearing one exactly like it. When investigated, all signs pointed towards her. When the case went to trial, she had countless experts and star witnesses testify for her. I looked like a fool, and I had been on probation ever since. I've been searching for more proof, and I had been on to several promising leads. Then she invited me here this evening. She told me that the truth would be revealed.
Very interesting indeed.
What about you? Why are you here?
The madame and I were in business together. You see, I am specialized in herbology. The madame would come to me whenever she needed a special teas or other remedies for her various health issues. During our last meeting, which was about a month ago, she asked me for water hemlock for headaches.
Would you mind elaborating on what water hemlock is?
Water hemlock is one of the most deadly plants in the world, Detective.
Did you give it to her?
Of course not! What do you think I am? I know what you and others must think of me. I am not some crazy voodoo nutjob brewing up some evil potion. I am a professional neuropath who knows the healing power of plants.
What did Madame Avavale do when you wouldn't prescribe her the water hemlock?
She screamed and swore at me. I've always known she wasn't a kind woman, but her reaction was extreme. She stormed out. I thought I would never see her again, but she sent me an invitation for tonight, insisting that we make amends.
Why would you want to see a woman who showed such disrespect towards you?
I might not want to be friends with her, Detective, but her business is very lucrative. She is one of my best customers. She brings in half my income.
Thank you, Miss Fitch. That'll be all for now. I'm headed back to the study. That's right. Would you mind sending in Miss Giltay?
Of course.
I didn't do it, I swear.
I never said you did.
But you were thinking it, weren't you?
Not at all, Miss Giltay.
Please, just call me Marine.
Marine, my job is to gather evidence to build a case. You are innocent until proven guilty.
Regardless of that, I promise you I didn't do it.
Great, then my job here is done.
Seriously?
No. I'm just here to ask you a couple of questions. Why were you invited this evening?
Madame Avavale and I are friends.
I was told she didn't have any friends.
Did I say friends? I meant more of acquaintances. We met about a year ago.
What started this acquaintance?
Oh, you know, common interest?
Like?
Oh, the list just goes on and on.
You're not giving me much, Maureen.
Well, there isn't much to say.
Okay, well then tell me a bit about yourself. What do you do for a living?
I work at the Luda Art Museum. I'm one of their art authenticators.
Interesting line of work. Was that one of your common interests with the madam?
You could say that.
Have you ever authenticated any of her paintings?
Sure, a couple.
Really? I don't see any paintings on the walls. You know, I was surprised when I came into this mansion to find the walls so bare. The only kind of artwork she has at present are those statues.
I don't know anything about those statues, and I'm pretty sure she ships all of her paintings off to her summer house in Monaco.
What seems to be the issue again?
These dozy cows won't let me do anything.
Here now, new rule. No more screaming unless one of you are being murdered. Patty, why don't you follow me? I have a few questions.
Okay. I'm not a genius detective, but I'm quite certain there's no way a little girl like me can murder a full-grown woman.
I've taken that into consideration.
If you ask me, I think it was the butler. It's always the butler. And he wouldn't let me run about the estate.
Just because he told you to stop horsing around does not make him a murderer.
You asked for my opinion.
Patty, what's a little girl like you doing at a very grown-up dinner party?
The invitation was meant for my father. He couldn't attend, so he sent me instead. As you said before, we didn't know it was going to be a dinner party. I didn't even know there were going to be other people invited.
Why was your father invited?
He didn't really explain. Something about making things right again.
What kind of father sends his child unattended to someone's house at night?
Even though I'm a child, I'm fully capable of taking care of myself. Besides, my father didn't think I'd be gone for all night. He just assumed I was supposed to visit for a moment, drop off a present, and call my chauffeur to pick me up.
I understand. And where is that gift you gave the madam?
I've been wondering the same thing. I must have misplaced it when the lights went out.
What was the gift?
Just an envelope. I have no idea what it contained.
One more question. I never got your full name.
I'm Patricia Elizabeth Crow.
You don't say. That's all I need to know now, Patty. If you ever recover that envelope and give it to me as soon as possible, that would be great. For the both of us. You can return to the parlor. I'll be there soon.
Why are you accusing me? I'm not capable of murdering anyone. I swear I didn't do it.
I'm not accusing you of anything, ma'am. Just said your voice sounds familiar.
This is a bloody witch hunt.
I am not a bitch.
I just want to make it very clear that I will not kill someone over a silly contract.
I think it's the butler. It's always the butler.
Oh, I mean, honestly.
The little girl might have a point. You are a little creepy.
Well, what was it you said, Miss Sly? Something about killing someone over a contract?
Enough! No more arguing. We need to solve this now before there is another murder.
Everybody split up and search. Let me see that. To whom it may concern, I have decided to take my life. I have lived a sad life, and I realize I have no friends to fill it. Even worse, I am a liar and a thief. I have stolen this necklace, and it must be returned to its rightful owner. Returning this will be the only good deed I have ever done in my life. Goodbye, cruel world. Madam Ava Vale.
That's so sad.
I guess there wasn't a murder after all.
You all seem to be overlooking one small clue.
What do you mean?
She couldn't have killed herself. She was strangled. A person cannot strangle themselves. You'd lose consciousness and pass out before you would die.
But she left a suicide note. There must have been something planned for someone to kill her.
The souffles! My goodness! Open the windows before we all die of smoke inhalation!
Wait, it's water hemlock. Everybody please be careful. If you were to ingest one of those desserts, you would be dead.
Dead?
Yes, it would kill you. It is one of the most violently toxic plants on the planet.
You tried to poison us all?
No, honestly, I didn't. I don't even know what this water hemlock is. I have no idea. I just made the soufflés like I always do. Eggs, lemon, sugar. Wait, Madame Ava Vale, the sugar. She asked me to use the special sugar she got just for tonight. it was imported and very expensive, and she said it had herbs in it, and that's why it looked a little different. I've never used it before. That must be why the soufflés deflated the first time I made them. I've never ruined my soufflés before tonight.
When my shop was broken into, my water emlock was missing. This explains that she must have stolen it when I refused to sell it to her. Or sent someone to steal it for her.
That's why I wasn't allowed to have the dessert. She would have killed me. She was trying to kill my father.
Why would Madame Ava Vale want to kill all of you?
Not just them, Relic. She was trying to kill us too. She told me to make chocolates with the same sugar to give them to you and to Porek. She told me I could have some when I was finished working tonight. I was supposed to send a box home with the little girl to send to her father, and thank goodness I know the recipe so well it didn't require tasting.
So she wanted to kill all of us tonight.
We need answers!
I think I finally have them.
Detective! Where have you been?
I'm not entirely sure, but I just came from the garden. I believe it's about time all of you came clean about a couple of things. Maureen, do you have something to say?
Okay. This may come as a shocker, but I haven't been completely honest with you all this evening. I am an art authenticator, but I am also an art thief. I have stolen many pieces from museums and sold them to the madam. I despise myself for doing it, but I need the money desperately. I take the paintings to be authenticated, and I replace them with fakes that I paint myself. And then I deliver the originals to the madam.
But you don't deliver them directly to the madam. You send them to her secret home in Monaco, don't you?
Yes, and it's a guarded secret. I can't believe I blurted it out right in front of you. How did you figure out I was an art thief anyway?
Relic was the biggest clue. You mentioned that madam started taking phone calls about a year ago, from various callers with art names, yet they were all the same person. You admitted that you met the madam around a year ago. It was you on the phone. You see, you only used artist surnames. Quite the giveaway.
I knew your voice was familiar.
You also sold her those statues, didn't you?
Yes, but what does that have to do with anything?
That's the missing piece I haven't quite figured out yet.
What about the poison foods and the suicide notes and, I don't know, the murderer?
Right. Back to the points at hand. The madam did not commit suicide. We've all worked that out. Instead, there's an assassin among us.
Who?
This is probably one of the most shocking clues of the evening. And at first, I didn't believe it. All the evidence points to this conclusion. It comes back to the necklace. The owner of this priceless heirloom was determined to have it returned. He lost it in court, but he's a wise man. He has other ways of retrieving what belongs to him. He sent an assassin tonight to fake the madam's suicide and restore what rightfully belongs to him.
Oh, just tell us who it is, please.
The man who owns the necklace is Alan Crow. He sent his daughter to kill the madam. She is none other than our little Patty Crow.
The
Child!
Surely you must be joking. She's only 12.
I'm sure you recall when Patty said she wanted to give Madame Ava Vale her father's present on the roof gardens. Well, her gift was that note. She was planning on giving her the letter and then taking the necklace. She was also planning on pushing the madam off the roof this evening. She was gonna fake an alibi. The madam gave her the necklace. The madam confessed to stealing it. Then the madam jumped to her death. Isn't that right, Patty?
You flat-foot have to ruin everything! My plan was almost perfect!
I didn't put the pieces together until I heard her last name. I found the note on the ground in the study after she told me she had lost it. As for her being an assassin, her father was robbed once before. He was robbed, they suspected, by his scheming brother. The last time the brother was seen was at the train tracks with his niece, aka Patty. The brother disappeared and stolen items miraculously reappeared a few weeks later.
He deserved it, and so does anyone else who steals from my daddy.
GC crazy, and I thought I was the evil one.
But surely the little girl couldn't have strangled a full-grown woman.
No, it wasn't Patty. It wasn't Miss Maureen Giltay. It wasn't Miss Elizabeth Fitch. It wasn't Miss Jessica Sly. It wasn't Mr. Porek McGregor, and it wasn't Mr. Edward Relic.
And who was it?
This has been the biggest mystery of all. I thought it could have been any of you, and then the evidence pointed to one person and one person only. Me. I killed Madame Ava Vale.
What? Why did you make us go through that entire bloody investigation if you knew it was you all along?
I didn't know. It was only I found this in my pocket did I truly know.
How could you not know? That makes no sense.
My memory has been playing tricks on me. Since I failed the necklace case, I have been under so much stress. It put me into almost a monstrous state. I've noticed that sometimes hours would pass by and I have no idea what I did. I went missing for the past 30 minutes. I don't remember anything until we all gathered around her dead body in the dining room. I must have murdered the madam in a state of rage. She made a fool of me. I've hated her ever since that moment.
What about her trying to poison all of us?
Everyone in this room either knew too much or was suspected of knowing too much. Perhaps she didn't want to kill Patty, but she arrived instead of her father. I thought maybe Madam wanted to kill herself too, until I found this in my pocket. It's a plane ticket to Monaco scheduled for tonight. I must have found it when I killed her. She was planning on killing all of us, escaping to her secret hideaway. Even Maureen, who was the only one who knew about her second home, would be dead.
But what about the statues?
That's the missing piece. What are the statues made out of?
Oh, she was very specific. She wanted them sculpted by something, I think it's called Torbanite. I've never heard of it before, but it is very hard to acquire.
Wait, Torbanite? That's highly explosive.
She wanted to kill us, blow up the house and destroy all evidence while she disappears. But what would cause the explosion? Wait, Corin, when will the timer on the statue lights go off?
In about 2 minutes. What?
Everyone, run!
They're alive! How are we so lucky?
I'm thinking, Detective.
You saved our lives.
Well, what now, Detective?
I'll turn myself in. It's the law. I need to uphold it.
But you know, if you hadn't killed that nasty piece of work, she would have killed all of us tonight.
I think I speak for everyone when I say it was a freak accident. We had dinner, we were all just leaving after a dinner party, and the house went up in flames. We escaped unharmed, but the poor madame.
So what'll it be, Detective?
What are you gonna do?
I'm clueless.
Case closed.